Welcome, everybody, to the Hounds podcast. This is your home for field trialing and deer dog hunting. It'll be stories and discussions on the world of dog hunting. So let's drop the gate, cast your hounds, and get ready for another episode of the Hounds podcast. The Hounds podcast is proud to partner again with Outdoor Dog Supply for the 2025 year. Outdoor Dog Supply is the leader in online garment sales with their world-class trade-in programs. The guys are not just a business, they're houndsmen and women too. They test their products out in the field, put them to the test, get the latest in garment equipment, and they stay locked and loaded and ready with field trial equipment, collars, leashes, and so much more. Visit their website today at outdoordogsupply.com, and we want to thank Outdoor Dog Supply for their support not only for the podcast, but in field trials across the country. When you're looking for your next purchase in equipment, make sure you keep Outdoor Dog Supply in mind. Now, let's get this episode going, guys. The Hounds podcast would like to take a minute and talk about our friends over at Cajun Lights. When pleasure running at night or judging those nighttime field trials, put your trust in Cajun Lights. With the economical Cajun Bayou for the every now and then light user, the Cajun Micro for the nighttime feeds, and the top-level Cajun Blinder for those hardcore crossings. The Cajun Lights are headlamp-style lights that free up your hands for voice recorders or your GPS. They offer flood-style lights in red, amber, and white walking lights. Then the top-of-the-line 4-level main beam light. If you're having a hard time catching crossings at night, give the Cajun Light a try on the red and amber setting to catch the game with the easy flick of a switch and go right back to your main beam light and see your hounds in action. Visit our website today at CajunLights.com and check out and make sure you fill out the survey and select Hounds Podcast to receive 5% off your next purchase from Cajun Lights. Now let's get back to the episode, guys. Welcome, everybody, to the Hounds podcast. On this episode, we'll be riding solo for this week, but it's going to be a pretty cool little episode, guys. It's not going to be very long. We're going to kind of roll into this one with how we've been doing here lately. We'll start off with our inspirational quote of the week. If you don't like the road that you're walking on, start paving another one, by Dolly Parton. Really love that one. Definitely one that really kind of spoke to me a lot, that's for sure. And then our scripture of the week comes from Psalm 85:2, and it says, "Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will fulfill the promises I made to the house of Israel and the house of Judah." So, like I said, another one that's pretty powerful when you sit down and really think about it. So, this episode, I'm calling this "What Can I Do Better?" I want to take a second first and thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to thank all of y'all out there that tune in every week, that tune in and send me messages and all that kind of good stuff, and thank me for what the podcast and doing everything. Guys, it really does mean a lot. It means more than you could imagine. And I just really wanted to take this first part of this episode. If anybody has Spotify for their music, you know that, excuse me, that Spotify every year does a Wrapped, is what they call it. So it gives all the stats, gives how many hours you listened, how many songs you listened to, top songs, all that jazz, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, for Spotify creators, they do the same thing. So they did one for us, and I thought everybody would kind of enjoy to listen to that for a second. I mean, some of these numbers, it still blows my mind. From a simple idea back a couple years ago to firing it back up last year and taking it off to what it is now. Y'all are amazing, guys. Y'all really are. Every single one of y'all that tune in and listen, that are listening to me yap on about all this stuff right now. 32.4 thousand plays on Spotify this year alone. 24,000 plays on YouTube. Had 1,000 new listeners on Spotify alone. 1.7 listeners on YouTube for this year. Spotify had 672,000 listening hours on Spotify, so we were halfway to 1 million listening hours. I thought that was actually pretty awesome, not gonna lie. The biggest episode of the year on both Spotify and YouTube was episode 95 with Mr. Paul West. Great episode to go back and listen to if anybody missed it. We reached out to 19 different countries. We were the top 10 show for 1.2 thousand listeners. We were the top 5 show for 1,000 listeners. And for 735 of y'all, the Hounds podcast was the number 1 show that you listen to on your pod as far as podcast goes. I really, truthfully, excuse you, dog, cannot thank y'all enough for that. That's so awesome. And then Spotify actually, not that it amounts to anything, but just kind of a cool little note to add. They gave us 3 different awards for this year. Again, doesn't amount to anything. No, I don't get no money for it. No, I don't get to go to no fancy ball or nothing like that. But boy, would you quit? Excuse me. For this year on Spotify now alone, we got the 2025. Stop. It's nasty. We got the 2025 marathon show. That means fans listen to us 97% longer than other shows. It didn't say any other, but it said other shows. 2025, we were a talked about show award. Means we had 93% more comments than other shows. And then we also had the 2025 most shared show. We had 90% more shares than other shows. So I thought that was pretty cool. Just it's a hats off to y'all guys that listen and share and talk about it and all that kind of good stuff, guys. It's I really cannot thank y'all enough for this. Now don't get worried. This is not the last episode. I'm not going to go out like this. Don't worry. We do have 2 episodes left. I am promised till right before Christmas. We're going to cut off right before Christmas. As long as the recording next week goes like planned. We might be one more. I had told all sponsors and agreed to going into next week, and then we were going to cut it off. But depending on how the recording goes with my next guest, which is supposed to happen Friday. So as long as nothing happens, as long as everything holds true, we're going to be fine for that. And you will have a guest on, and I will go ahead and spoil the surprise for everybody. Most of my Virginia people know this page. This was actually suggested to me by Mr. Peyton Lucy, and I thought it was a great idea. But if you are a deer hunter in the state of Virginia and probably seen it from other surrounding states as well, it's probably one of the biggest quote-unquote state Facebook pages for deer hunting. Is Star City Whitetails. We're going to have Mr. Jeff Phillips on from Star City Whitetails. He is the creator of obviously the Star City Whitetails, and we'll definitely get into a lot more, but he is very pro hound hunting and respects the hound hunting heritage a lot. So we're going to talk about that and talk about the page, and I figured with deer hunting season being at a full swing right now, it'd be a great time to talk about all that, and it'd be a cool guest to have on here. Excuse me. Again, I said it before, but I'll say it again. I want to thank you all for all the kind words. When I go to hunts, when a message is on Facebook, phone calls, it really means a lot. I've had a lot of great suggestions from y'all that, listeners, other hunters, maybe guys that don't listen all the time, but thought it would be cool to have this person on the show, I'll be the first to admit, I'll tell you right now that I don't know all the hunters in this sport. I'm learning. I'm trying to learn. I want to meet as many as I possibly can, and this is a great way to do it. But it's not. Rephrase that. It is a great way for not only me to meet other hunters, but it's also a great way for me to record and have the stories for these hunters to go back and listen to. So, cannot thank y'all enough from that. I feel like every hunt I go to, I don't really ever hear my real name anymore. I just get called Podcast now. So I've kind of taken on that nickname a little bit. I do appreciate it. I mean, I always get called a bunch of different nicknames, some good, some bad, and that one I'll take. So I really cannot thank y'all enough, everybody out there that listens. I do want to thank all the partners for this year: Outdoor Dog Supply, Cajun Lights and Cajun Outdoors, Elite Nutrition, and then right here towards the end of the year, we picked up not only Low 10 Outfitters, which has got our apparel line, not a lot, hats and shirts, but it also picked up, we picked up Dog Tight as well, and promoting their stuff. So everything will be solid, and we'll be partners with them till the end of this year, and then hopefully we can get all these guys back on board for next year, and definitely looking to bring all of them back. They've been great to work with, a big part of the sport all the way around. Y'all are really showing off too, especially the guys with the discount codes. They keep track of that stuff, man, and y'all came in clutch, and y'all have really showed off, and made it worth it to them to partner with me. So I cannot thank y'all enough, guys. Y'all really have blessed me a lot, and I just cannot thank y'all enough for that. All right, y'all, we're going to take a quick second and pause this episode, talk about our partners over at Elite Nutrition. Our Hounds, guys, they're athletes. They give us their all each and every time they're cast. Elite Nutrition offers all natural products to give your dogs the natural benefits that they deserve. From the Canine Remove and all natural wormer to the Electro Boost paste for electrolyte replenishment, body fluid balance, and blood flow improvement, they also have products like Active Dog Powder for recovery and joint and muscle support, Essential Dog Powder for daily vitamins and minerals, probiotics, prebiotics, and enzymes, the Canine Lactate Powder for nursing dogs to help with milk supply. There are tons of other products to check out at CajunLights.com, and then click on the Elite Nutrition section to explore. When you get to checkout, and only at CajunLights.com, use the code HTElite10 to receive 10% off your Elite Nutrition products. Again, that's HT Hounds Tails Elite 10. So HT10 Elite 10 in the discount code section to receive 10% off of all your Elite Nutrition products, only via CajunLights.com. I've been using their products, guys, for several months now. Cannot be happy with the results. That's pretty much all I run my dogs off of. So thank you, Elite Nutrition, for joining up with the Hounds Tales podcast and taking a step forward into this field trial world. Now let's get back to the results. The Hounds Tales podcast is proud to announce our newest partnership with Dog Tight. Y'all watching on video, check out the hat. Be sure to check out dogtight.com, and if when you are there, use our discount code HoundsTales15. That's HoundsTales, T-A-L-E-S, and the number 15 to get a 15% discount on any of your apparel that you get from dogtight.com. I'm sure y'all recognize the name, the Dog Tight song, Carson Robertson and Dog Tight clothing line has jumped on board with the podcast, and we are very, very excited to see where this takes us. So be sure, if you're looking for Dog Tight apparel, hats, hoodies, shirts, check them out, dogtight.com, and use our discount code HoundsTales15 at checkout to get 15%. All right, guys, let's get back to the episode. The Hounds Tales podcast is happy to announce our newest partnership with Low 10 Outfitters. If your kennel is looking for new apparel to rock to the next field trial or the upcoming hunting season, look no further than Low 10 Outfitters. They offer shirts, hats, hoodies, coats, and other accessories with custom logos for your kennel or your hound's name to go on. With top quality merchandise and long-lasting quality, you can't go wrong with Low 10 Outfitters. Now we are offering Hounds Tales podcast apparel on their website at low10outfitters.com. Be on the lookout, guys. It's there. Go purchase it. We're live, guys. Go in, go purchase it. Low10outfitters.com. Click on the Hounds Tales section for your Hounds Tales apparel and the Hounds Tales Pin Series apparel. So thank you so much for Low 10 Outfitters for teaming up with the Hounds Tales podcast. Now let's get you back to the rest of your episode. As far as next year goes, guys, we'll run some ideas by you. And what this section, what I'm doing here is I'm looking for y'all's feedback. A lot of people message me. I am good at taking constructive criticism. I've taken it my whole life. I know how to take it. So if there's something that you're listening and you're like, yeah, I really wish that you would do this better, or, maybe if you did this, it would be a better listen or something. I'm always down to learn. I do have some ideas. I'm sure if anybody's watching on YouTube, you probably did see that. I think it was right before the last episode. I switched some things around in the background. I'm hoping by next year I'll have this all finished down here, and we'll have it looking a lot more professional. It'll actually look like a podcast section. Not only that, guys, one of the biggest things that I'm going to work on is there was a lot of solo episodes this year. I was very, very, very busy, and next year looking very, very busy as well. And it is very difficult sometimes to line up my schedule, family schedule, and the guest schedule as well. So it's a lot of monkeying around, a lot of making the stars align to get these guests on here, get it lined up, get the recordings, and making it all happen, guys. So I want to thank y'all for y'all's patience, but that is something that I'm going to try for next year, and I'm hoping that maybe if I do go through with the every other week for an episode, that maybe that will help take some of that load off. I do want feedback on that. I really do. I really want feedback. I want to know if the every other week spacing it out will be too much. I know a lot of podcasts do not do that, but I'm still toying around with that. I don't think I'm actually going to go through with it, but would definitely love some feedback on that one. But like I said, we'll have either one or two more episodes this year, and then we're going to take a long break. We're going to take a much-needed break, not only for me, but it's going to be something where it will give me the time to gather these guests, reach out to these guests, and record, I'm hoping, with several guests before we pick back up. I think I'm going to be aiming towards like the February, March, maybe like somewhere in that range, right before field trial season really starts kind of picking back up. That'll give me about 2, maybe 3 months after hunting season's over to get some episodes recorded with some guests, get some guys together, come up with some different ideas, come up with some cleaner things about the show, and really get a jump start on the year. I haven't really gone fully public with this yet because it is still in the works, and I'm hoping it all lands like it needs to. But next year, I am going to try to add more to my pot. Yes, I know probably everybody that just heard that was like, what in the heck is this guy thinking? But I've dreamed of working for myself for years and years and years and years, and I'm going to take a step in that direction. I'm not going to quit my full-time job, so I'll be working a full-time job and trying to get another business started. I'm actually going to try to start pressure washing on the side, something that I've always enjoyed doing, and I'm going to make the move to trying to do it, quote-unquote professionally, and maybe that'll grow into something to where I can start working for myself, and, when that kind of stuff happens, and if the podcast will stay successful for another couple of years, then we'll really be able to give y'all some good stuff after I can go on my own and all that kind of, you know how it is. But we'll see. But that's one of the reasons I want to take a little bit of a break. I got a lot of planning to do. I got a lot of strategizing to do between life, work, side work, podcast, hunts, the guys we're kindling with, and going to be, trying to run. We're not running for points or nothing like that, but we're going to try to hit some hunts next year pretty hard if we possibly can. We got bringing on some new friends for next year, but that is it's going to be a lot going on. So those couple months will be great to kind of just take it some time and breathe for a few minutes and try to get stuff together. So for the 2026 season, again, we've been kind of talking about that. I want your thoughts. Obviously I just said I want feedback on everything I just said. Kai, stop, please. I would love some feedback on everything that I was just talking about, but I'd also like new ideas. If you got something that you want to see added, taken away from the podcast, you're like, hey, I love listening, but this right here, it makes me not want to listen. Or, man, if you had this, it would be so cool to have that. I'm always open to suggestions, and if I don't take them, then don't be offended. I probably have a reason, and if I don't use it, I may take the time and explain why. But and then again, I know I asked about this a lot, and I got to do better about writing a lot of these names down. Who would you like to hear from next year? Who are some guys that you can suggest, that would be a great listen, that are good talkers and know the sport and know how to and are great houndsman guys. That's deer dogging and field trialing. Really want to get some more guests on. Trying to reach out to as many as possible. But just shoot me a message, guys. Always down to talk. If I don't respond right away, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I've had people leave me messages at 1 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I forget about it when I wake up and get going for the day, but I'll try to do better about responding faster, and I try to always respond, guys. So don't hesitate, reach out, and give me some info, guys. But that's all I got, Ram. That's all I got for this one. This weather's got everything all wonked out. It's been a busy week, but I do want to thank each and every one of y'all again so much for everything. And like I said, we do have a guest coming in for next week from Star City Whitetails, Mr. Jeff Phillips, and I can't wait to get that one to y'all. So, all right, guys, hope everybody has had a very wonderful week, and we will catch y'all next week, guys. And like always, guys, happy hunting.